All right, everyone, welcome back once again to this Beefcast production. I'm your casting host, Beef. Joining me again is Snow. Shay, how's it going?
It's going very well today, Kyle. Or this
Yeah,
afternoon now.
yeah, it's getting rather late. We've been at this for 4 hours now. Getting pretty deep into this tournament, the first of two semifinals before we go into the finals here. Let's see how this match is going. It's going to be a ZVZ in the bottom right-hand corner. This is going to be our third match with him. It's going to be Sam, the Pink Zerg.
And facing him in the top left, wearing green trunks, Rodead, also Zerg. We've also cast earlier. Seen some really great play to both these players. So this will definitely be a good test of each of their skill.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it almost as much as I am getting food after we're done here today. I'm quite hungry. Everything that I've eaten today seems to have been poisoned. So thanks, nature. And yeah, getting into it here on TSL4 ESV Ohana. This is going to be a map that is once again going to be decided a lot by how these players do choose to go ahead and roll about this. Whether they're going to be going for something like early gases, whether they're going to be going for 15 hashes. It's all going to be about that. Similar to Entombed Valley with these destructible rocks between the second and the third, a lot of these Zerg players do like to play on 2-base a little bit more than on a map similar to, let's say, Antigua Shipyard or Daybreak, somewhere where it's a little bit easier to go ahead and take your third. And both these players varying their builds here from the very beginning. A 16 pool coming out from our pink, or excuse me, our green Zerg, whereas a 15 hatch is going to be coming down from Kubek, aka Sam. Right now, the 15 hatch, excuse me, the 16 hatch follow-up finally going to be coming down here from Rodead as well, and the gas going to be taken at the same time as the pool back for Sam, giving him a little bit of a edge when it comes to the main timing, which is going to be Zergling speed here in the early game, allowing him to have about a 15-20 second window of having speed before his opponent, and possibly a timing where he's going to be able to do some damage. So Shay, seeing the timings on the hatcheries here, who do you think is going to be in a little bit better position to possibly be able to defend any early aggression from their opponent?
Well, I think it's very clearly, or perhaps not very clearly, but I think Sam's going to have it because Sam's going to be able to get spine crawlers down there earlier if they're looking at a defensive game.
All right. Yeah, and with that early gas, he might even be able to go for an early Baneling Nest, rolling up on about 50 gas right now. He might opt to go for that Baneling Nest before speed, but as he's going to keep going right here, looks like he'll probably go speed first, maybe even opt to put the aggression on himself, but both these players are going to be looking in a relatively similar macro fashion. 18 to 18 drones right now, and both players going to be starting their speed within about 20 seconds of one another. Double queens coming out for both players, so going a little bit different routes to get there. Both these players seem to be in about the same position currently.
Yeah, it's looking in a mirror between the two of them right now. Even to the fact they're both sending out Zergs now, or Zerglings rather, to the Zelnaga tower there. Although 4-2 in favor of Sam.
Yeah, Sam actually going to dodge his opponent's Zerglings and be able to make it into his opponent's natural pretty unfettered right here. There's even going to be 3 drones there that could be sniped as the queen does end up coming out right here, and another queen will be looking to meet the Zerglings as well, but the Zerglings will get a full scout here for Sam, revealing everything that, yeah, Rodead placing that Baneling Nest is going to get scouted almost immediately by the Zerglings, so they're going to be able to pay for themselves, even though they might not do any damage, but they're going to get out of there. And yeah, with speed finishing up right there, all 4 get out with that good scout. Good position to be in if you're Sam. For our green player, however, he does know that his opponent does have that hatchery going down, but he doesn't really know a whole lot else. He doesn't know that his opponent has been droning up pretty heavily behind that slight aggression, and we do it with a little bit of lag there. But no big deal. Both players are going to be finishing up their Baneling Nests, but Sam taking a pretty large drone lead with 6 drones in a game where every drone counts. 6 drones counts about 6 times as much. Third hatchery going to be coming down here.
Sam's also throwing. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying Sam's throwing down a spine crawler here as well. And but alternatively, we see a Roach4 coming up, as well as a Lair from Rodead.
Yeah, Lair coming out for both players now. But the Roach4 only going to be coming out for Sam for the time being. Well, excuse me, Rodead's Roach4 is already completed. So Sam did actually not have... I keep getting confused between these two players. Sam not having a Roach4 out for the time being. Going to be relying on purely Queen, Zergling, and Spinecaller to defend that third. But with those destructible rocks not going down immediately, he might have a little bit of hard time defending against any kind of early Roach aggression. With all 4 gases up and running in his main and natural right now, and that Lair going to be finishing up, as well as the stockpiling of gas right now, I think that we're going to probably see a Muta transition here out of Sam. And what do you think about this Mutas versus the Roach-based composition that Rodead's going to be looking at right now?
Well, as we saw, I believe it was Rodead that had the same Muta transition against him earlier, which he got out of very easily. So it'll be interesting to see if Sam can do it any better.
That is true. Rodead already showing his competence in dealing with those Mutas.
Though he does not have his Hydralisk. He was going Hydralisk already that game.
Yeah.
Which this game he does not have a Den down or anything.
Yeah, it's a little bit different of a map. The metagame here on Ohana does not favor Hydralisks quite so much. It favors something like Mass Roach Baneling a little bit more. So right now we do see a little bit of metagaming coming out for our Green Terran, or excuse me, our Green Zerg, as Zerglings are going to be making their way up, trying to snipe this Queen again, and the Zerglings going to be doing their best. One Baneling does manage to connect here onto the Zerglings and take out a few of them, as well as defend the Queen. The Queen going to be trying to make her way out onto the creep right now, dropping a couple of creep tumors and maybe being able to snipe that Overlord, as the Spire does complete pretty soon here back at home for Sam. Gases number 5 and 6 going to be going down here for Sam at his third base, which I don't even know if this is... yeah, there's absolutely no sign of this on Rodead's side. He doesn't even know if this has gone down. He knows nothing.
11 Mutas coming into that a lot.
Yeah, he finally does see the Spire over here. So he knows that Mutas are definitely a possibility. A couple of Spore Crawlers going to be going down in addition to his third hatch and a macro hatch back home. And the response is going to be Infestors. So with the 11 Mutas coming out, like you said, and the Zerg Fire Carapace level 1, these Mutas are looking like they're going to want to get into a little bit of combat here. They're going to make their way across the map, completely bypassing Overlords. Mutalisks in some respects are just used to clean up Overlords and map vision of the opponent, but these 10 Mutalisks are going to be making their way out with an 11 in tow over here, want to be able to do as much damage as they possibly can before all the defenses get shored up. A couple of Queens going to be making their way out right now, but 11 Mutalisks versus 2 Queens, those are good odds for the Mutas any day. Both Queens do end up falling right there, and damage is going to start being put out onto those Spore Crawlers. Spore Crawler going to fall right there, but Muta's in kind of a bad position. There they go. Managed to shore up that position just fine, and the Roach4 taking a lot of fire, whereas Rodead looking like he wants to counterattack. Zerglings and Roaches going to be making their way across the map as the first Evolution Chamber, the one not upgrading, does almost fall, but the Mutas are forced home at this time as Zerglings do engage one another. Banelings managed to land a couple good hits there for Sam, as the Mutas are going to be taking shots at these Roaches all the way home right now. A total of 19 Mutas on the map, and there's absolutely no way that the Roaches are going to be able to penetrate the Muta-Zergling defense here, and I think that Rodead might actually be in a pretty bad position here.
Yeah, well, he just lost a heck of a lot of units.
Yeah, back at home, the a little bit more lag coming out here. Back at home, the Infestation Pit has completed, and the first few Infestors are going to be coming out here. Once again, no pathogen lands on these Infestors for the time being. A little bit unfortunate in that they're not going to have enough energy for Fungals as they make their way back over. The Mutas make their way back over. And really, if he's able to land like 3-4 chain Fungals with Queens or Spore Crawlers in the correct position, he might be able to get some big plays here. And the Fungals, come on, where's the Fungals? Not quite yet. And the Zerglings actually have a beautiful swarm there. And yeah, that's absolutely brutal. GG comes out right there. Beautiful play from Sam, showing the power of Mutas and just showing his great decision making once again. I think Sam is actually... he's quickly becoming my favorite to win this tournament. I've been so impressed with his play.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just every step of the way, he seems to be one or two, moves ahead of his opponent. Always.
Yep. Brilliant reads, brilliant decision making, great macro, great micro. I think Sam's in a really good position here, and that was just another good game. We're going to be moving into game 2 of this best of 3 series in the semifinals. See if Sam is able to close it out and move his way to the finals. I've been your casting host, Beef. Joining me is Snow. We're moving on to the next game. We'll see you there.